Having a fully AI-powered dashboard or operating system for whatever niche it is that you are in, I believe is one of the most powerful things you can right now do with AI. And I really rank this as the number one prompt for any single person that wants to change from just being an AI casual user that basically uses their ChatGPT or Claude mostly as a text box to somebody really building out actual products and hopefully also making actual progress in terms of or some sort of businesses. Because take a look at what I was able to build with just one very simple prompt. All I told my AI to do was build me an operating system with what it thought would be useful to me. I didn't give it any deep details. I didn't go very far into what my business was all about. But the reason I always recommend these type of prompts is because whenever I talk to people who are new to AI or who want to expand, the majority of the times they just don't know where to start. And by building out an operating system, you realize, oh, you know what? All these different things that I may want could all just be in an overview right here. Maybe nothing of this I need. Well, then you start to think of what would I be very happy to see in an overview. That's why I decided to quickly build out two rather than just one. One is a business operating system. I kind of let these one, or in this case here, one be more for like an entrepreneur, somebody who's got like a single person business. What AI employees do I have on duty? What exactly are the tasks that they're working on? Or what are the today priorities? And I can kind of click them off whenever they are done. Or I want to take a look into the company brain because I've got a couple of different sections. Hey, how is my marketing team actually doing? This could, of course, also be fully led with AI. What is the sales pipeline looking like? And how are all the tasks coming along? In which bracket are they? Are we still negotiating some? That would be nice to see. Or from an operation perspective, what exactly are our flows? Or could they be optimized, all that? Or what actually are the breakdowns of them? You know what? I use a lot of prompts every single day, but I kind of forget exactly what they are. Let me also build a little prompt library for them so I'd never forget them and I can easily copy and paste them. And also I want a section to see the entire finance team, to see whatever comes in, whatever comes out. And this, like I just told you, to make cost me 10 seconds, something along those lines. And like I just told you, I did two of them. Another one here would be for a creator. Maybe you've been making videos for a while and you never really knew what to use AI for. Well, here we go. Here's like a simple showcase. How are my subscribers looking? How are my watch hours looking over on YouTube? How much money am I making? How many videos did I post? Let's see what all the AI employees are doing. Yes, one is out there writing more scripts as we go. One is actually going and making sure that all my long form videos are cut up into shorts. One is writing a newsletter for me. One is making sure the comments are handled. And one is generating ideas all day long. At the same time, I can take a look at all the active employees and see how far in the process of the day or the end of the quarter, I guess they are. With the mission control here being, this is context, you feed every AI tool, paste it once, and the AI stops guessing who you are. It answers as you for your audience. Okay, that could be very useful to make sure we can use multiple AIs at the same time. But this obviously is a very small piece of content because I only made this page be kind of like a reflective of any single person out there that's just starting out. So this is again a sample that you of course can fill with real data on your own. Here's the content engine. We've got all the different ideas, all the ones that are in the scripting phase, in the filming phase, etc. Repurpose chain projects, for example. Hey, what is it on a broader scale that we're working on? Which clients do we have? A prompt library and a context vault here. It shows kind of like our, I guess in this case here, our brand. We are AI Untapped. We mostly post long or short form on YouTube. The tagline is AI leverage for real people. This is again just made up. A prompt pack we sell for $49. A service like an explainer video we sell for $3,000, and we have 4,100 people within our newsletter. Again, all these things are not real. It's just to showcase how useful this could be. And I use this myself, wow, to some really crazy extent. Matter of fact, I make dashboards for a lot of different things all the time. As you may remember from a lot of the videos I've talked about trading things in, here's for example a little overview in some of our trading strategies. Or you can see this page right here about a specific trading strategy. You can see it also mapped every single buy and sell throughout the process. Or here, you know what? I made a new list of 10 different trading strategies and exactly how good or bad they are. These type of pages I can now make in seconds. It literally doesn't take me any time at all. The hardest part was knowing that I wanted it and knowing that it was possible. And so right now, let's just say, for example, I want to build a new website. Well, again, the core idea is I now kind of know, okay, I can build these different sort of dashboards. What exactly do I want though? You know what? I looked through and realized out of this that, there's one little piece I like. It's now not really in here because obviously these are different sort of dashboards. But let's just say the stock here that was at the bottom right. You can see right there. Low stock items. Oh, overdue. And all these colors, they reminded me of trading. Maybe, you know what, with the idea that I was able to make a command center, a business operating system for a business that doesn't even exist, I can now think, you know what, based on this business center that we made, make me a page that showcases a couple of sample trading strategies, just samples of them, let's say 10. Bam. It gets me 10 different trading strategies here just sampled out. Maybe they're not perfect, but now we've got some sort of thing built. And maybe then when I'm working on this, I've got these 10 generated a couple of minutes after. I realize, you know what? Actually, for all 10 of those strategies, make them a bit deeper. Make sure they actually have their underlying strategy completely mapped out with every single trade they've taken. And also make sure it has got the full Pine code, all the necessary parts. I'm not sure. That's just something I did, for example, in the past. The hardest part is understanding that you can do so much when you really just have to start imagining to get there. And also, almost every single day, people ask me, if you could only use one prompt, which one would it be? For me, myself, it would most likely be to have everything I'm doing in one very simple to understand dashboard. For example, let's say I'm running all these different servers. I've got all these different servers that I'm running different things on. Okay, I tell my Claude, I tell my ChatGPT to make me a nice visual overview of everything that it is I'm doing on that server. Just like how right here I showcased to you, okay, I'm trading in 10 different strategies. I just quickly tell my Claude, give me an overview of all the different trading strategies I'm trading right now so I can always keep a close eye on them, for example. But also, you got to understand, this essentially, even though it could take a lot of tokens, especially if you add it as an artifact within your Claude, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be something extremely cheap. Here you can see I can actually always open them from within my Claude by clicking the buttons right here, the business operating system and the creator operating system. And fun fact, I've actually throughout time, this is a couple of months ago, built out a ton of different things just for the fun of it in terms of artifacts. Here's, for example, a Wordle generator that I was able to build in just a couple of seconds by just being creative and telling my Claude I wanted to build it. And I kind of forgot, I also let it build me a AI recipe generator. So you just insert into here exactly what you've got in your pantry, what you've got in your closets, right? And then it will generate different recipes of things that you could potentially make with that. For example, I typed in, I've got chicken, rice, and tomato, and it gave me a spiced tomato chicken rice bowl, which was kind of to be expected, as I was not really too specific, and it used my main ingredients as the main parts of the dish, and added a couple of things that most people have got in their house. And then also below that gives me the instructions for how to cook your dish, but I would have never really known that I could generate these things if I never tried to play around with it. And also, I've made so many Claude videos. I've made so many Claude tutorials. Let me quickly give you a little breakdown of the most useful things that everybody agrees on. And it comes down to just a couple. One is a feature or a chat, let's just say a chat here, where you go back and forth with the AI about what it is you find important, what it is you would like to see more about, what you'd like to learn more about, or you'd like to do. It's very important you take some time to go back and forth with an AI or with any sort of tool it is that you're using so it kind of understands what it is that you want. If you just give it one prompt for one task, sure, it'll get you an output, but it's not going to be a really good one. If you take a bit more time to give a lot more context, really talk through what it is that you're building, you'll get significantly better outputs. That's one. Two is if you only have a certain amount of tokens, you've not got that many, start with your heaviest hitters first on better models. And that is kind of subdivided into two different pieces. One is you let a better AI model build an entire structure, and then you let the worst models actually execute it. But also on a secondary part, I personally think it's not as important to build a dashboard rather than to make more headwinds in whatever new project you're starting. If you're starting a new tomato growing business, it's more important to ask questions about your tomato growing business or to get insights in that rather than just a dashboard. However, if we're talking about motivation, if we're talking about actually feeling like you're making progress, kind of superficial, but very true still, a dashboard or any sort of new generation can just make you feel like you're actually achieving something. And when we look at what I've just shown you here, these generations, like I told you, it took me a few seconds to generate, costs probably a lot of tokens, but this is actually just done on Opus. I didn't even do it on Fable because it's already good enough. But if I were to just start out with AI and I was able to build something like this within my first couple of minutes of downloading Claude, I'd be so proud of myself that the next day I just want to get back into it and build something even better or even more useful to me. Or perhaps I'd realize that this is still stuff you can really easily sell and maybe I find another use out of it to make a lot of money. You get my drift. Anyway, really, when I broke it down for myself, I remembered now that when I started with this AI stuff, it was also really kind of hard to understand what it is that somebody would ever really use it for. And so hopefully by this video, by showcasing you the number one most important thing that I would do if I was either new to coding or new to using AIs really, or if I was thinking of what the most important place would be to start. It's not really watching all these videos. It's not really thinking through too much. It's just starting with a single prompt of, hey, I want to build something. Let the AI build it out for you. And then going either more specific, realizing what it is that you're missing, realizing what it is that you could do by asking the AI questions, or by just joining the school, shameless little plug right there, and asking the people in here or asking me about what exactly it is that you could do. Because yeah, I've got a free school. It's linked down below. I post my prompts in here whenever I get time to do so. And that was it for this little beautiful AI video.